The importance of music. Famous Athenian philosopher Plato once said, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." I'm assuming we all know or have at least heard of Plato to realize that he's quite the credible source. This quote of his is far from wrong. However, music is defined as vocal, instrumental, or mechanical sounds having rhythm, melody, or harmony. This definition is completely ambiguous as to what music really is. Music is simply a basic human function. Our daily interaction with it is unavoidable. The role of arts and music in our society fill a void that we all need in order to enrich ourselves and our culture. It has such immense worth, however, most people don't fully realize how valuable that worth really is. Music is so much more than its vague definition. Rather, it is a form of expression, a form of communicating our emotions, and it brings people from all over the world together. Music is one of the strongest forms of self-expression. According to the dictionary, expression is defined as the process of making known one's thoughts or feelings. Music gives people the opportunity to express themselves without having to use words. According to thisibelieve.org, using music as a form of self-expression goes back to the beginning of time. Musical styles and genres are affected by cultures, generations, and even lifestyles, so much so that you can tell how the musician was influenced just by listening to a piece of his or her music. Musicians are known to express themselves through song and melody, which allows them to convey how they're feeling in life. This thus allows listeners to relate and find comfort in their music. Like it says here, the frequency and instruments a musician uses conveys the emotions. So if they are in a mid-range to high frequency, the emotion that's conveyed is happiness. Thus, they could be using the ukulele, higher notes on the guitar, pianos, keyboards, etc. Not only musicians express themselves with music, everyone does, whether we think so or not. We express ourselves just by choosing the genre of music we listen to. Many times you can define a person based on the type of music they prefer, whether it's hip-hop, jazz, pop, classical, alternative, and so on. Musical expression is also extremely helpful when dealing with negative emotion. Psychology Today stated that when emotionally struggling, we often have a hard time expressing how we feel through words because it doesn't do justice to our experience of emotion. However, connecting to music is one effective way to become more honest about who you are, what you are really experiencing, and coping with negative emotion. So clearly, what goes hand in hand with musical expression is the communication of emotion in music. Like I mentioned before, many people struggle with communicating their thoughts and feelings to others. Music makes it easier for people to express how they feel without being afraid or intimidated. In a different perspective, music is what feelings sound like. According to Frontiers in Psychology, emotional expression has been regarded as one of the most important criteria for the aesthetic value of music. It has even been described as the language of emotions. In a survey conducted by two Frontier psychologists, 141 participants were asked what, if anything, music expresses. Results indicated that emotions, unlike any of the other options, was selected by 100% of the participants. Music can communicate almost every emotion. There are songs that make people happy, songs that make people sad, songs that excite, songs that express love, and so on. This is where personal expression plays its role. In fact, most of us have playlists for just about every situation or emotion. A relaxed playlist for a chill night at home, an energetic playlist for workouts, a somber playlist for contemplative moments, and the list goes on. It is proven that we as humans listen to music that connects to whatever emotions we are feeling in those exact moments. This might not relate to everybody, but I know that most people have those few songs that can instantly make them cry or instantly make them smile. At least I do. Most of the time, the emotion that is felt based on the vibes created by music has a tendency to bring people together. As I stated earlier, it is quite easy to define a person based on the genres of music they listen to. Considering this, it is easy to say that everybody has a different and unique taste in music. For example, myself. I'm an alternative indie music junkie, which is extremely different from all my friends, but it makes me who I am. However, the moment I find someone that shares my music taste, it's like our worlds collide and we can almost speak a different language. Sharing an interest in the same music as other people creates a sense of group identity and allows that group to bond with each other. Psychologist Jill Suddy from Greater Good magazine wrote that researchers recently discovered that we have a dedicated part of our brain for processing music, supporting the theory that it does have a special function in our lives. Along with this, they found that listening to music and singing together with other people has been shown in several studies to directly impact neurochemicals in the brain, which plays a role in closeness and connection, a social closeness through the release of endorphins, which as a result makes society more harmonious. Not to mention the ideal of concerts and festivals that gather people from all around the world together to listen to music. It's simply amazing. Overall, music is clearly an essential to the lifestyle of society. As this generation progresses, appreciation for music is growing, but everybody needs to be truly aware of how important it is. Music is not just vocal and instrumental sounds. It is so much more, as I hope you were all able to visualize throughout this speech. Music is an incredible form of expression that allows people to find and define themselves. It is a communicative tool for outlet of emotion, and it brings people together from all around the globe by creating groups that share similar interests. Plato said, "Music is a moral law. It is the essence of order and leads to all that is good and just and beautiful," and that is fact.